To, I guess, first of all, get you guys' thoughts and opinions on the presidential debates. The debates. I'm assuming that all of you have seen the debates, watched the debates. Okay. I'd like to, know, who you thought won, if at all, if any at all, and what your thoughts and comments would be on that.
Well, I mean, right now I'm still trying to figure out what Mitt Romney's 5-point plan is. I don't think I've asked anybody who knows exactly what those 5 points are supposed to be doing. This is answered everything, got a 5-point plan, 5-point plan. Right. I mean, I think it's clearly obvious that, whatever his plan is, it's really going to, whatever he's got planned to do, it's definitely going to leave out the middle, the lower class, the poor, the minorities, disenfranchised, whatever. Unless you're on in that higher echelon, you're making millions of dollars, it's obvious you're going to be like that.
We want to say, take a leap and say who you thought won.
Yeah. Mitt Romney's 5-point plan, he doesn't have one. I'm trying to watch my words, but I'm trying to be candid as well. My assessment is that it's a part of a larger plan. It's a 1-point plan. The 1-point plan is, white America, the fall of white America. They do not want history to record that it was a man of color that made this much change. So they have to stop it, and this is their last chance to stop it. It means, the economy is going to jolt itself back into the good stance come December 31st once the Bush tax cuts expire. Okay, that's what helped propel Bill Clinton's tax agenda and the great economy for him. The taxes that were kind of raised with George H.W. was costing his election. Well, it didn't cost his election, but Ross Perot cost him his election. All right. So the same thing is set to expire on December 31st, which is going to automatically jolt the economy. Now, am I saying it's going to take the GDP to 6, 7, 15%? No. But it's going to be just enough to push America or this president's history into the history books, just being beyond that of an African-American president. Because if we put facts with facts, he's already done his 4 terms, more than any other president. And I think if I'm not sure, he has 1 or 2 items to pass Roosevelt, just in his 4 years. It took Roosevelt 11 years to do it. All right. So that's Mitt Romney's 1-point plan. It's not a 5-point plan, it's a 1-point plan to prevent history from reporting there was a man of color that made this much change.
Question: What has he done in these 4 years? And you sound very specific about that. What has he done specifically in these 4 years?
Okay. Let's start over. I'm gonna jump around, but I'm gonna be very specific for you. Education, the Pell Grant increases. The fact that they removed the student loan programs from corporate America, which put millions of dollars into poor people's hands. When I mean poor people's hands, meaning that when I went to school, we got student loans at 6.5%, 6.5%, 7%, which is considered great. But right now, with the State Department being essentially controlled, that the student loans somewhere, the base is somewhere about 3.5%. But that 3% difference, you may not seem like a lot, but it does seem it is a lot when you talk about the average student loan. Say I think Morgan State right now is like $22,000, $24,000 a year to attend. When I went there, it was I think $12,000, and I'm not old. All right, so so just in a matter of few years, how it's doubled. And I'm not saying Morgan State is I'm just using that because it's my Morgan State. That's why I use that as an example. The Ledbetter bill, same pay, equal pay for same work to women. Okay, African American women, raised me. All right, and I believe that whereas the men have their place, I believe when everyone should be paid their fair share for the work they put out. Let me see,
the budget reduction for the military, where they stopped raising the claims for the militaries. They stopped manufacturing the F-15 planes. Sorry, the stealth bombers that was costing average $2 billion a year, and women use that. So he was able to downsize.